OK! 久しぶりのメタルギア。メタルギアどころか、プレステ4さ、プレステ3か。やるのはもう1ヶ月前回やったのはもう本当に4月のね、20日とかそこら辺だった気がするから、実に1ヶ月ぶりのプレステ3、プレステ4。まあね、本当に今ちょっと忙しくて、というのももうね、今5月の、今日はもう5月の下旬なんだけど、なんだ、なんかさっきせなちゃんが泣いてるな。5月で6月、7月で8月の下旬にはもう俺、海外に行かなきゃいけないので、まあね、あとほんとプレステ3、プレイステーション4のソフトを進められる時間っていうのも、あと本当に、まあ、5月はもうほとんど終わってるようなもんだから、6、7、8月はもうほとんどないと思った方がいいよね。もう準備で忙しいだろうしって考えたら本当にあともう2ヶ月ちょいくらいしかない、時間がもうないから、まあ限られた時間しかないけども、まあね、残ってるソフトがやっぱりまだ何個か終わらせたいソフトあるから、しっかりと、時間を有効に使いながら、まあ全て終わらせるのはちょっともう諦めてるけど、なんとかね、終わらせられそうなソフトは頑張って終わらせていきたいと思うので、まあ今日はね、思う存分進めていこうかなと思います。ってことで、まあね、来週からもバイトもちょっと始めなきゃいけないし、まあ忙しいんだけど、ちょっとね、中途半端な状態でもう本当に終わらせてしまうと、もう海外行って最低でも7年、まあ7年以上は、日本にはもう帰ってこれなくなるから、もう実質ほぼもうできないって思った方がいいよね。中途半端に止まってしまったソフトっていうのは。だからまあ行く前になんとかね終わらせていきたいんだけど、まあウィッチャー、フォールアウト4、そこら辺はもうさすがにもう無理だなっていう諦めモードに入ってるんだけど、まあそれ以外のソフトはなんとか終わらせられる分はね終わらせてから行きたいなと。まあ向こう行ってからね、もうやっぱやっとけばよかったなって、まあ後悔、後でね続きがすごい気になったりとかするかもしれないし、今までやってきた分もやっぱりしっかり最後終わらせていきたいなと思いますので、まず続きの方を進めていきたいんだけど、久しぶりすぎて何から手をつけていいんだかな。もうほんとメインミッションをどんどん優先して進めていこう。あまりサブミッションにほんと時間取られてたら、やり込み要素がねいかんせんほんとすごいから、サブミッションに時間取られてたら本当にメインミッション終わらないので、まあサブミッションはね気になった分はちょっとやっていきたいけど、基本はもうメインミッションをクリアすることを目指してピースウォーカーは進めていこうかなと。まあストーリーがねやっぱ気になるからね。アウターホープして今行かせてんのか。まあ行かせてるね。これな、GMP 今4798円しかないからさ、円なのか単位はわからないけど、ちょっとこれはまだ GMP に余裕ができてからでいいか。R&D、 ちょっと見てみる。いやーもう久しぶりだ。あまりにも久しぶりすぎて、今これ作ってる途中なのか、サブマシンか。特に作れるものはないね。っていうかもう GMP がないから、これ作れんだ。6680、全然足りない。全然足りないから、ちょっとこれはいいかな。アイテムとかなんかあんのかな。ニュー、何このボックスタンクって。まあこれはあれだね、コープで使うやつだね。いや関係ない。コープやる予定ないので。うわぁ、全然 GMP 足りない。 圧倒的に GMP が足りないから作れないの全部ね。いやですね。メカニカルってなんだっけこれ。タンクか。そう。こういうのは別に読まなくていいわな、正直。でも1個しかないから読んでる。ホビーマガジン。まあいいですね。進めていきましょう、メインミッションを。っていうかその前に多分ラジオはまあ残ってんだよね、カセットテープがね。カセットテープまず聞かないといけないから。次これはね、Travel to the Cloud Forest っていうメインミッションが。エクストラオプス。ターゲットプラクティスはやらなくていいです。ちょっとこれまでずっとやってたら絶対終わらないからね。ラジオ聞くか。これな。Head north towards Central Heladia, where Doctor Strangelove's lab lies hidden among May and Ling.
Snake, Peace Walker is the heart of the enemy's project. To prevent its completion, you'll need to either shut down or destroy the artificial intelligence that functions as its brain. According to Huey, that AI is now undergoing final calibrations in Strangelove's lab. It's inside a tropical cloud forest. Slip in and terminate that AI before they ship it out.
で、ブリーフィングファイルがね、どんどん増えていくから。あれこれまだ聞いてなかったか。ヒューイのやつがめちゃくちゃ残ってんだよなあってさ、これ。まずはまあ全部聞いてから進めるた方がいいんだろうけど、ちょっと時間が、まあ少しずつメインミッション進めながら聞いていくか。これは徐々にね。数が多すぎてさ、本当にこれ聞くだけでもう1時間とか普通に経っちゃうからね。まずちょっとこの辺聞いていくか。
This area is a tropical cloud forest, continually covered in a thick mist. It is quite a mystical place.
Selva de la Leche. Forest of milk. I can barely see in front of me.
There you go again. The forest is basically sitting in a cloud. So of course it's going to be hard to see. But you know, the cloud forest is the only place many exotic creatures can live.
Well, if they're not edible, I'm not interested.
Snake, I'll have you know people travel from all around the world to witness Costa Rica's unique fauna. Snake, watch out for the frogs.
Why? They bite? Relax. No frog's ever eaten a snake. Although, I've feasted on a few frog's legs myself.
But they are dangerous. They are poisonous.
Poisonous?
Poison dart frogs live up to their name, I assure you. Their poison is so strong. The Indígena use them to make poison-tipped arrows. Some secrete poison through their skin. Even touching them can be dangerous. So don't go petting them or anything.
So... I can't eat one.
I am warning you.
どんだけカエル食いたいんだ、スネーク。In the tropical cloud forest.
From here on in, you'll be in a cloud forest. The ground is covered in vegetation. You'll have plenty of hiding places, but so will the enemy.
I'll keep an eye out for scouts.
Trying to force your way through would be suicide. Know the enemy's location before making any moves. Too bad you don't have some sort of radar.
I could try night vision.
Once you know where an enemy is, decide how you want to handle him. You could get into his blind spots.
Or drop him from a distance before he even has a clue someone's around. An eye for an eye, alright?
思考はないな。さあ、出たぞ、ヒューイさんの。これがもうすごいんだわ。
The biggest nuclear warhead ever actually detonated was the Soviet RDS-220, nicknamed Tsar Bomba. It had an estimated yield of 57 megatons. 10 times as much power as all the explosives used throughout World War II. The test took place on October 30, 1961, above Novaya Zemlya. The explosion is believed to have created a fireball over 2 miles in diameter. Can you believe that? Like a miniature sun. The explosion was seen as far off as Finland, 600 miles away. And some people even reported windows shattering. The shock wave traveled 3 times around the Earth.
3 times?
Peace Walker is armed with a massive hydrogen bomb, even more destructive than Tsar Bomba. It can sneak into enemy territory, lie low, and in the event of an enemy nuclear strike, detonate itself in retaliation. And the locomotion system that lets it do that? My research. Snake, those legs were supposed to make my dream come true. Now they're about to jump the fence of nuclear deterrence. You have to stop them. I'll apply all my energy into developing weapons and equipment to help you do it.
Sounds like a deal.
ちょっと待って、あー、じゃあ、ちゃん、へいはん。
The reason...
これ下に行けばいいのか。
What made you put an AI into Peace Walker?
Well, for one thing, because it can't be manned. Peace Walker's designed to enter enemy territory and blow itself up, if necessary. You can't put a person inside a weapon that could blow at any time, can you? So we equipped it with an AI instead.
That's strangely humane of you.
And besides, Peace Walker was designed as a bipedal weapon system. You can't imagine how hard it shakes when it walks. It'd turn a man into mush. Plus, when launching a nuclear missile, it has to perform ballistic calculations in real time. See? Because it's always moving.
Hold on. If that's all it does, then a high-performance computer ought to do the job. It doesn't need intelligence.
That's a very good point, Snake. Which brings me to the real reason. Peace Walker needs AI to make decisions regarding nuclear retaliation. It's what ensures perfectly mutual assured destruction.
I've heard all this before. You want a war between machines?
We'd never actually launched the first nuke, of course. It's strictly a counterattack system. Only a politician could make such an illogical decision as starting a nuclear war. Conversely, if an adversary launches a nuke at us, the AI will not fail to retaliate. Therefore, the adversary can't launch. The AI guarantees it.
Even so, launching nukes without authorization?
Boomer captains have the authority to launch if land communications are cut off. It's the same principle.
Not even the captain of a boomer can make that decision alone. The way I heard it, that's the only situation where insubordination is allowed.
Only because humans are imperfect. That's Coldman's line of thinking.
You're saying that machines don't make mistakes? That's a myth. Worse than that, it's blind faith.
We wouldn't put our faith, our fate, into the hands of any ordinary machine. That's what the AI is for. The decision to launch a retaliatory strike requires high-level judgment. You have to take into account not only the state of the war, but the entire world. And sometimes, you need to make a guess based on incomplete information.
Huh. You think an AI can do all that?
Yeah. At least Dr. Strangelove does. Peace Walker is fitted with several close-range weapons. We'd also planned for it to be able to enter enemy territory and self-detonate.
Wonderful. What exactly are we dealing with here?
Well, the flamethrowers for one thing. One in the front and one in the rear. Then there are the S-mines. They're like cluster bombs. It scatters them from its leg hatches. If you see those open, you better clear out quickly. And finally, the rockets. These can travel quite a distance, so stay sharp. On the other hand, it can't fire them from too close. But then again, there are those flamethrowers. It can also use its legs as weapons against any infantry on the ground.
Ouch.
But remember, Peace Walker technically isn't complete. With just the reptile pod, it can only perform relatively simple maneuvers. They've got certain quirks, too. What's more, look carefully and you should be able to predict which attack is coming next.
すごい。今のところほぼ 100%。100% じゃないか。わかんない単語1つか2つはあったけど、 ほぼ98%くらいは理解できてる初見で。まあ、メタルギアの英語はそんな難しくないから。慣れたもんだ。まあ、ある程度こうね、ちょっとこう軍事的な単語とか覚えれば、もうほぼ 100% 理解できるよね、初見で。
Okay, but why does Peace Walker need to walk on 2 legs? I'd think treads would be good enough.
You'd be wrong. As you know, the terrain in Central America is rugged and complex, especially along the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. You've got jungles, swamps, mountains, and the only way to get across all that terrain, no matter how rugged, is on legs.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be tough to cross a swamp, even on legs?
It wasn't easy, that's for sure. The reason we picked Costa Rica as a proving ground is because we can test it on every type of terrain.
お、いいね。増えない。なんか今までのやつ1個こういうの聞き終わったらこの下にさらに3つか2つくらいさ、新しいカセットテープが増えてたけど、これはいい感じのペースで来てるんじゃないか。The Fake Peace Walker Project.
This Peace Walker project the CIA's talking about. You believed in it, huh?
Yeah, I believed. Actually, maybe I just wanted to believe.
What do you mean?
Here's how Coldman explained it. Peace Walker's a weapon for peace. One to ensure true nuclear deterrence. It'd be the anchor to bring stability to Central America. He told me, the nuclear weapon system you've built will never be used. It will forever stand vigil as an icon of peace. And to achieve that, he needed my bipedal locomotion technology. To be honest, I was flattered.
Flattered?
Wouldn't you be? My colleagues in the scientific community have never taken me seriously. They told me bipedal locomotion was a pipe dream, that it'd never amount to anything. It was the first time anybody recognized my work. How could I not be happy? And besides, it was my chance to surpass my father. To create nukes for peace. Or so I thought anyway.
But Coldman's really going through with it.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense, really. No one would give the project any notice unless they could prove that an unmanned system is capable of launching a nuke.
やっぱ増えた。メタルギアの人たちの英語って本当なんか聞き取りやすいし、こうなんていうかスラングとかさ、そういう言葉もあんま使わない、本当に標準英語でみんな話してくれるから、すごい聞き取りやすい。むしろ字幕見ないで目つぶっててもね、理解できるよ、これだったら。たまに分かんない単語が1個か2つあるから、まあそういうのだよね。
Why is Coldman going to launch a nuke? If all he wants to do is prove the AI retaliation system works, he doesn't need to put a live warhead on it.
I agree. He could demonstrate the system by launching the missile alone, without a warhead. I asked him the same thing at first. He said there was no point in using a dummy missile. That it'd take an actual nuclear launch to deter potential enemies. Launching the real deal gives him a leg up in negotiations with Langley. That's what he's really after. I based the bipedal locomotion technology used in Peace Walker on Soviet research. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I stole most of the basic ideas behind it.
Soviet? Bipedal? You mean Granin?
You know him?
Yeah. I met him at his lab in Russia. He helped me out a little bit.
You met him? What were you?
He was head of the Granin Design Bureau, creator of countless Soviet weapons.
I'd hit a wall in my research at the time. Granin's ideas solved nearly all my problems.
There's nothing unusual about using somebody else's work to further your own research, is there?
As long as you cite it, yeah. But I wasn't in a position to do that. His research was classified at the highest level. Soviet research, no less.
So, you used it without telling anybody?
I wanted to show up my colleagues for once. The ones who never took me seriously. But you reap what you sow. Coldman seized on that vulnerability. Told me if I quit the project, he'd expose my larceny.
He had you by the balls, Doc.
グラニンってあれか、メタルギア3でね、スネークがあった人。 確かあのおじちゃん殺されたよね、最終的に。スネークになんか研究室に潜入するためのカードみたいなのをくれた人だよね、確か。
How'd you get your hands on Cronin's research?
That was also Coldman. He used his agency contacts to get a hold of it.
Giving you stolen information, then using it to blackmail you. Damn.
I knew it was Gronin's work the minute I saw it. See, I'd been corresponding with him for a while.
Corresponding?
Letters. Between scientists doing the same kind of research. He always complained that nobody understood his ideas on bipedal locomotion.
Ah, so you're the American friend he was talking about.
Obviously, he didn't write a word about the technology in his letters. Except for one time. If by chance anything should happen to me, I entrust my research to you. Better that than handing it over to these ignorant so-called scientists.
Sounds like him, all right.
Then one day, his papers actually came. It wasn't hard for me to imagine what had happened to him. I felt it was my duty to carry on his work after him. And also...
What?
I thought maybe combining his technology with mine could be a way to bring East and West together. Like the docking of Apollo and Soyuz.
It'll never make the history books. And it's still not a reason to plagiarize.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I never had the courage to tell the truth. That's all. I always looked for excuses to cover it up.
Until now.
Huh?
You told me everything. You're no longer a coward.
わかんない単語が3つくらいあったな。
Metal Gear.
Huh? What about it?
You mumbled that when I first explained about Peace Walker. I'm curious what it meant.
Exactly what it says. Metal Gear. Gronin coined the term.
Gronin did?
He thought of his technology as the metal gear that meshes infantry with artillery.
I like the sound of that. Metal Gear. It's got a nice ring to it. Better than an outright lie like Peace Walker, anyway.
シャゴホット。
Those papers the CIA gave you, was there any data on the Shagohod in there?
Shagohod?
A nuclear tank that launches IRBMs. It competed against Gronin's system for approval.
Oh, the thing with the rockets. Designed by a guy named Sokolov, right?
What's so funny?
No, I was just remembering some of the commentary Gronin added to the Shagohod papers. You should have seen the way he badmouthed it. It was too conservative, too ugly.
I can imagine.
He was so angry when he wrote that, he smeared up the ink. And you know how shoddy the paper is over there to begin with.
I'll bet. That's Gronin, all right.
Imagine accelerating the launcher itself to 300 miles an hour to extend the range of an IRBM. As stupid as it sounds, it's a hell of a concept. Who but the Soviets would think of using a tank as the first stage of a rocket? I actually took a cue from the Shagohod when I developed the Pupa.
That hovercraft thing? You stole that one too?
Give me a little credit. I only borrowed the concept. The technology is original. As it turned out, hover technology wasn't enough to handle all the terrain in Central America. It relied too much on brute force.
But the Shagohod was a major threat. That thing could corner like you wouldn't believe. Built pretty tough, too.
You sure know a lot about it.
It almost did me in. I couldn't forget it if I tried.
Did you in? So you were the one who took it down. Wow! You really are amazing.
I didn't do it alone.
No, seriously, thank you. We might not be here today if they'd begun mass-producing that thing. Then again, they're hard at work now miniaturizing nuclear warheads. Pretty soon they won't even need an accelerated launcher like the Shagohod.
Great. That means they're that much closer to being able to launch from anywhere in the world.
お、あと2つだ。まあ、このまま行くか。結構俺の集中力がだいぶ。まあでもね、向こうの大学行ったらもうこの程度じゃないからな。だって授業とかすべて英語だしさ。講義なんて、ね、一コマ、90分とかの講義をずっと英語で聞き続けなきゃいけないわけだからさ。そんな集中力がなんて言ってられないもんな。 なおちにちょっとこうね負荷をかけて訓練だと思ってやっていこう。
Chico called Peace Walker the Basilisco.
Basilisco? Oh, right, Spanish. That's funny. I once used the code name Basilisk for the Peace Walker platform myself.
What for?
The class of lizards called basilisks can walk atop any type of terrain. In a pinch, they can even stand up on two legs and run across water. Perfect name for a system that can walk anywhere in Central America, right? Plus, there are the legends.
What legends?
The basilisks of legend were highly venomous creatures. There's a story told by the ancient Romans. A knight slew a basilisk by piercing it with his spear. The creature's poison seeped up the spear and killed both horse and rider. Remind you of anything, Snake?
Nuclear deterrence.
Bingo. Kill it, and you die along with it. Your hands are bound. I wanted Peace Walker to be like that.
You should know that people aren't that rational. Sometimes people do things that don't make sense, even when they know they're going to die. Or maybe it's because of that.
Maybe you're right. But that's exactly what I don't understand.
ちょっと待って、耳かい耳かい。耳がかゆい。このヒューイがどういういきさつでストレンジラブにあったのか、確かにこれ気になるね。これはちょっと気になる。
So this Dr. Strangelove was at NASA?
Yeah. Well, actually, Strangelove left for DARPA not long after I joined.
And then the two of you ended up back together doing research in Costa Rica.
Not exactly together. We coordinated on a few things, but the research projects themselves were separate from each other. We had it worked out so that Dr. Strangelove handled the mammal pod, Peace Walker's cerebrum, while I did the rest.
That letter. Something to do with your research?
Huh? No, it's yeah, it's a report. Research findings.
Research findings? Anything in there we could use against Peace Walker?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just don't read it, okay? Promise me you won't?
なんかそんな有益な情報を聞き出せなかった。よーし、いいんじゃない？ただまあこっちにまだ残ってるもんな。いや、でももうないか。お、やっとメインミッション進められる。まだあったん。About himself. Wow. まあ3つくらいだったら。Electronic.
Hey, Doc. What was that you were smoking in the lab? It looked like a cigarette, but it wasn't lit.
Oh, it's an electronic cigarette. I designed it myself. Pretty neat, huh?
Electronic cigarette.
Yep, a liquid in the filter that turns into vapor, and you inhale the microparticles.
So that was vapor.
I'd actually rather be smoking normal cigarettes, but not in that room. The smoke would wreck the precision equipment in there, ruin all its wiring. But the vapor is just steam. It doesn't contain tar or anything like that. So I can smoke it in the lab with no worries.
Nice.
Want to try one?
Nah, I'll stick with cigars.
Yeah, but...
I don't like imitations. The real thing's always better.
Okay. But you know, sooner or later, smoking's gonna become very unfashionable across the world. It hurts you and those around you. Electronic cigarettes might not seem so bad then.
Yeah, when that happens, I'll think about it.
今完全にもうそうなってるからな。
You said your dad was involved in the Manhattan Project, right?
Yeah?
And you think that's why you can't walk?
I don't know. Actually, you know, probably not. So far, nobody's found evidence that exposure to radiation in parents causes genetic defects in children, except for those exposed in the womb. Epidemiologically speaking, anyway.
That's the conclusion of the Atomic Bomb Casualty Commission.
Right. The ABCC commenced its study immediately after the war, and it's still ongoing.
Even now, 30 years later.
The effects of radiation exposure last a long time. I'm guessing it'll be another 10 years before we get a real verdict on whether it affects genes. Granted, it's the most massive study anybody's ever done. But that's really all it is, a study. The ABCC brought in bomb victims and ran tests on them, but they didn't treat them.
Really? Them too, huh?
At any rate, that's what my father made me believe when I was growing up.
Maybe it was tough for your dad to explain. Ever think of that?
Yeah, maybe. But this is my problem now, Snake. I have to face the nukes head on, whether I like it or not. My creations are being used for the wrong purposes. The onus is on me to stop it somehow. Help me, Snake. Hey, as long as I'm here at Mother Base, why not assign me to the R&D team? You could use a guy like me.
Glad to have you on board. I'm sure Kaz is, too.
Once I've got the necessary materials and design specs together, I should be able to start building you that bipedal weapon platform. Nothing would make me happier than for my research to help put a stop to Peace Walker.
よし終わった素晴らしい。やっとメインミッション生きるぜ。はぁでもなんか昔ほどこうあまりこうグッと気合を入れて集中して聞かなくてもこうふわーっとなんだろうね気楽に聞いててもちゃんと内容は頭に入ってくるし、ある程度こう下に表示される字幕をこう早読みしてっていうかさ、昔はね本当もうついていくのが必死で内容を理解するのですごいもう集中力をねちょっとした分でも使ってたけど、今だともうふわーっとして本当に気楽に聞いてても内容は頭に入るし、字幕もねもう読んでる内容より先の文章をちょっとこう読みながら読めるようなこう余裕も出てきたから、やっぱりねこの3年間2年間ちょっとで3年間か俺の英語力っていうのは上がってるなっていうのをこうやっぱ実感できたからよかったわってことで一回止めますか。まあ当たり前なんだけどね、これからもね7年間くらいもずっと海外で生活することになるから、それくらいもできて当たり前だよ。まあ一応自分がこう頑張って努力してきた成果というか、やっぱ結果がちゃんと出てるっていうところにこう達成感があるよね。頑張ってきてよかったなっていう気がするわっていうことで、しみじみちょっとこう考えながら、まあ、多分30分くらい経ったんじゃないか。まあでも30分で終わるなら全然 OK だ。1時間くらいかかるかなと思ったけど全部聞くのに。まあということでちょっとメインミッションの続きの方を進めていきます。その前にちょっとセナちゃんとラクちゃんが大丈夫かどうか様子を見に行かないとね。ちょっと一回止めますね。